Hello and welcome back everybody to the Geek Tech Show. In today's video we are going to be checking out the Dog Mountain ACG. This is the brand new shoe directly coming from Nike. Unfortunately I don't have the box because it is sitting right now in quarantine. Now it does come with this. This is extra laces in case you don't like the snake-like I'm saying it, but you can see it right there. It looks exactly like a snake. In fact, it matches my exact colors. So this is actually exactly the shoe made right for me. Black and red right here. Yeah, it automatically gets a thumbs up just because of it. So the Nike ACG shoe, overall, it is very well made. It looks pretty good. And the Dog Mountain version versus the previous ACG version, well, this is not high top, this is actually the low top version of the same identical shoe, which actually looked pretty good. And I really liked them initially, but I had a lot of trouble fitting them in. So let's find out if this actual version has the same exact issue with them. Hopefully it doesn't, because those shoes look just amazing. This is made in China, by the way. It does feature a lot of traction for you to actually have as well, and it looks like it's made out of all man-made materials. You can actually see the snake-like features over here of the actual shoe, and that's actually great. I do like the way this actually looks. The two-tone black included with the red laces over here, and if those actually you don't like, I do like them. They do have just normal black laces that are included. I wish it was different kind of a theme over there, and you not get the snake-like over here. In fact, one thing I would be doing if I do keep those shoes, I would take those laces out and actually put the black ones in here, because I like those so much and I don't want them to get them dirty at all. But that's my opinion. And then this is going to be all stealth shoe if you do that. You can see the shoe itself does sport very good and beautiful like surfaces to them all around, and specifically over here you get a little bit of a bump here to protect your feet from incoming obstacles. You get a lot of air circulation right about here, and on the side you can see some places where you will get some venting coming right in here, which is a good thing. Overall, very nicely and beautifully designed. You see the honeycomb right here, design right there, and a little bit of honeycomb kind of right here in the surface. So the shoe itself looks very good. It is beautiful looking pair of Nike shoes. You don't normally get Nikes that look so great and beautiful. So up close and personal, you can see that those shoes are even more magnificent if you see them really up close. So the shoe itself looks very good. Over here you can see a bit of bumps over here to this. I like that ACG right there. I like the hidden Nike logo all around the actual shoe itself, and that actually is a good thing, because you don't want it to scream this is Nike and yet is subtle all around. It does say what it is, and yet not everybody can actually see it. It doesn't have the actual print that says Nike all over it, which is good. This is not something I actually like with designs. Overall on the back it does say the ACG once again over here, all condition gear on the back printed right there. It does have this for the night vision. This is good in order for you to put your foot right inside. And it has a little bit of vents right there. There's like small dots of vents right here and a few vents right there, and it seems like this is actually the part where all the vent is gonna come right in here. This does look to be suede. It doesn't look to be I'm not sure if this is man-made PU, which is synthetic leather, or actual leather. It does seem to be a suede-like material all around the actual shoe. I'm not sure if it is the real leather or not, and it's very hard to tell nowadays, because a lot of it is really man-made material, and Nike is really famous for that. On the bottom, it still sports the same thing that the previous one had as well. the previous ACG one. So it does have this colorful looking tracks to them, a lot of really ground for it. So if you're going to be hiking or walking around, this is actually going to be pretty good. And you can see that this actually gives you two different surfaces to give you traction. This is supposed to give you more traction than the ones over here. So when you're going to be jumping or walking, it's supposed to be much better for your feet overall. And I do like the all-terrain drawn right over here, kind of on this, to make it look like this is some really good looking shoes for hiking and walking. So the next definitely test that I'll be doing is putting it more up close and personal, so you can see how actually it looks like closer to you, and then doing the actual putting them on and reviewing them. You see if they actually do pass the feet test. So last time I did the ACG test on feet, well, I had the same exact complaints as I have right now. So overall, I think those are way better looking than the previous ACG, but they still suffer from the same identical problem. The shoes are just too tight. So whatever you're getting, if you're size 9 for example, up the size to 9.5. They will fit a lot better. That being said, I think their style is just awesome. I can't shake it, but this is probably one of the better looking shoes that I actually worn from Nike. But they're not comfortable. And that just has to do with the size wise test. I bet if I got 9.5 instead of 9, this wouldn't be such an issue. The problem is not with this right here. It looks like there's plenty of space on this over here. So that's not the problem going that way. It is wideness on both ends where this is super tight. But one thing you could potentially do is see if you can make this a little bit more adjustable, and maybe over time it's not going to be such a bad issue. It just seems like right off the box, when you just put this in, it is tight right about here. But I think that if you go ahead and loosen this just a bit, the tightness is going to go away, and the shoe itself is going to look amazing on your feet. And that's something that I can't shake off. The shoe looks good visually. I like it. But the tightness is just bad. Let's go ahead and do a few more tests. Walking around, they sound just fine. No really annoying squeaking, which is good. I hate shoes that squeak. And I have seen this, especially in Timberlands. They love to squeak. Those are not squeaky shoes. Next thing, they're very flexible. Very. They feel like they belong on your feet. Of course, the most important test is the jumping test. Do they have shock absorbers when you land on them? Let's go ahead and check it out. And yes, they do. Feel great when you land. No issues whatsoever. Overall, I think those shoes get about 8 out of 10, just because of the tightness issue, which you could potentially just loosen up. So versus the previous, the high top version, those don't seem to have the same exact issues. I like the way they feel, I like the way they look. I just really took 2 stars just because of this tightness issue, which I think Nike engineers don't really check social media, and they should, because those shoes just a bit on the tight side. That otherwise makes those shoes really good looking all around. Those are the stylish shoes you want to have on you when you walk outside, because in this age and day, well, shoes tell everything about a man or a woman in that case. So if you want to walk around with somebody to really pay attention to and make an influence with a style, this is the shoe for you to get. Use the link below, add this to your shopping cart, and when you're ready, press on checkout. this is the shoe I want to get for you.